Tigers, and welcome to WLHS Action News. I'm Amber Stroud.
And I'm Alexis Caldwell. Today is May 11, 2018.
To start our morning, please pause for a moment of silence.
Now let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for our morning announcements. Seniors will have second and fourth block exams today.
Also, AP testing will be today.
The spring red and white football game will be today at 1 o'clock. It costs $1 to attend.
Band members left on May 2nd and returned on May 6th from the Washington band trip. Tony Fang gives us a look at their trip.
The band went on the trip to Washington. Mr. Chance tells us why they went on the trip.
We went on the trip for two reasons. One, to give our kids the experience and just the opportunity to see something outside of our state. And I remember going as a senior in high school myself to Washington with my band, and the sites you have to see in person to really get a full appreciation for those monuments, memorials, especially Arlington Cemetery. 350,000 people are buried there. And it's just stunning to see the grave sites. The second reason is we performed a concert at the World War II Memorial to honor the veterans and those who have passed from our county and nationwide.
He also tells us how the trip helped the band.
Having the experience and the opportunity to travel outside of our state, and just the experience of doing a concert and the Washington Monument is right behind you, and they have them the experience of that travel.
Maggie Hargis was a student who went on the trip. Hargis tells us her experience on the trip.
We rode a bus for like 15 hours. That wasn't very fun, but it was pretty cool, and it was nice to hang out with my family and friends.
She also told us her favorite part about the trip.
It was either seeing the guards change at Arlington or getting to hold, we went to the Smithsonian and they had like a butterfly exhibit, and I got to hold like 5 butterflies.
Hargis also told us how the trip helped her.
Well, it was really cool to get to go up there and see all the history, and we got to see a lot of old buildings, and it was pretty cool, and so I think that helped me with my history of Washington and knowing a little bit about America a little bit more.
Tony Fang, WLHS Action News.
The Livermore High School varsity cheerleaders participated in the 6th semi-annual Pepsi Mobile Food Pantry. The cheerleaders served 179 families and 368 impoverished individuals.
Senior basic students went to the Tom Harmon Center for their basic luncheon on May 8th. This is an annual event for senior students who participate in basic, brothers and sisters in Christ.
There was a junior high and high school award day on May 9th to honor grades and school attendance.
Students were awarded with certificates for the following honors: top students in standard and advanced classes, A honor roll, A and B honor roll, the citizenship award, and perfect attendance.
And now for our Inside the Classroom segment. The elementary students had an AR program for their reading. The students get points for reading books and successfully completing tests on the books.
The 6th grade students had their graduation practice this past week and are preparing for the ceremony. The students practiced sitting in the correct order and walking on stage.
April's SALT topic was about students' appreciation. The SALT advisors and the students celebrated what students accomplished this year.
Several HOSA students passed their credential exams. Rain Duhart tells us about it.
HOSA students recently completed exams for certain health field credentials. Ms. Becky Cornelius announces the students in their exam.
We had basically 11 students that tested last Monday and Tuesday from both Brantley and Luverne, but Nick Baugh is now a certified patient care technician, Cassidy Brooks also, Katie Marie Smith, patient care tech also, Kaylin Walker and Shantina Whittle, Jace Baines and Eugene G, both are pharmacy technicians. Still have 2 students still to test this week because they were going to Washington, D.C., but they are trying for medical assistant and pharmacy technician. So thus far we're at a 100% pass rate that we've never done. So I'm super proud of them, and it just really shows that if you put your mind to something, you can do it.
She tells us about the exams the students took.
In Career Tech, we try to provide the students with a credential to be able to show that they are more college and or career ready. So basically the students in health science choose from patient care technician, medical assistant, pharmacy technician, as well as EKG technician. So it is through a national credentialing company called National Health Career Association. They do have to take some practice tests and show proficiency before they're allowed to really sit for the final test. But they are very higher order thinking test questions geared towards those specific careers. And it's just very important that we provide them with a credential showing that we've trained them up until this point to be ready for a job or ready to go into post-secondary education for a healthcare field.
One student, Jace Baines, tells us about the specific exam he passed.
The exam we completed, mine was a pharmacy technician exam, and we basically had 120 questions, 20 of them being post-exam questions that were really just kind of extra questions to further the exam process in the future. But it was 100 questions, and we had, I think, 2 hours to complete it. Me and Cameron, the girl who took it alongside me, we both finished it quite early, which was intimidating, but it's a roughly 120 question test, and it was tough.
Baines tells us how he prepared for his exam.
We had to study our butts off. I carried around 4 or 5 different pharmacy technician books to study law, different prescriptions and drugs, procedures in a pharmacy, and plenty of other things to just study for weeks and weeks. And that's the majority of what our classwork has been in the health science program for this semester.
He also tells us how the exam helps him in the future.
It definitely helps us in the future. We'll be able to go and get a job with any pharmacy if they're obviously open. But we now have a pharmacy tech certification. We can go work as a pharmacy technician, working for more than minimum wage with a high school degree, basically.
Rain Duhart, WLHS Action News.
And HOSA students also learned about workplace fire safety. The instruction included learning about fire extinguishers while visiting the local fire department.
The health students learn what to do in case of a fire, how to help their patients, and how to manage a small fire.
And now we'll head over to sports to see what's happening with our Tiger Athletics.
Thanks, Amber. I'm Tony Fang.
And I'm Connor Morrow. Laverne's track team finished their state competition on the 5th.
The track team competed against many other schools in the division. After the competition, Coach Rouse tells us how the track meet went.
So we had a good trip. It was 2 days. We left on Thursday and actually came back on Saturday. So it was 2 nights, 3 days, 2 nights. We had 13 people qualify and go compete. We had a pretty good showing overall. A lot of personal best times. We had Edward Thomas. He actually came in 4th in the 100 and 3rd in the 200, so he got on the medal stand in that. And then our Rain came in 2nd in the 100-meter dash. And then we had a 4x1. We had a really good race. We were in 2nd going into our final day, and the girls did a good job, got the handoffs just right, and had a really good run and finished as state champs.
The softball team just finished their area tournament after a successful season. Coach Easterling tells us about the tournament.
Played Goshen for the area tournament. We're the only 2-team area in the state, and that's 1A through 7A, so we already make regionals, but we had some pride to play for. We went into the game, I felt like we were hitting pretty good going in, and we felt like we had a pretty good game plan against them. Beat Goshen 8-6. Played pretty good defense behind Libby. Libby got us a lot of good ground balls, and we're able to play really well. During the second game, we had some situations that happened. We weren't able to overcome them. We pitched 8th grader Anaya Burnett. And in the last game, we had them 4-4 in the first. We were tied 4-4 in the first and took the lead 6-4. And they came back in the 6th, and we had a couple of letdowns when it comes to our defense side, and we let them come back, and they beat us 11-6. But man, I was so proud of our girls. The seniors played really well. We got after it and gave Goshen all they can handle, and look forward to other opportunities. But it was a great season. Now we go into regionals. We got Reeltown on Thursday.
The regional tournament begins today, and the Tigers are the #2 seed for the area.
The baseball team wrapped up their season, and their record was 13-14. Coach Evans expresses how he felt the season went overall.
I feel like we did a pretty good job this year. We started out real slow, and over the course of time, I think the players were better toward the end of the year than they were at the beginning of the year, which is what you want to have happen. You want them to always improve. And I was happy with the way things went. We got beat by GW Long last weekend, but they're the defending state champion, and I thought we played good against them. But we got a lot to work on this summer and fall, and I feel like we can make even bigger strides next year.
Baseball season began again next January, and that's all we have for Tiger Athletics. Now to Kyla for the weather.
Thanks, Tony. I'm Kyla King. Let's take a look at your weekend weather. Today's high is 96 with a low of 63. There's no chance of rain, so it'll be a great start to our weekend. Saturday's high is going to be 95 with a low of 64. There's a 0% chance of rain, so it's going to be a perfect day to go outside and enjoy the warmer weather. Sunday's high is going to be 93 with a low of 66. There's a 10% chance of rain, so it'll be a beautiful day. Monday's high is going to be 91 with a low of 64. There's a 50% chance of rain, so make sure you bring an umbrella or a rain jacket just in case. And that was a look at your weekend weather. Now back to you, Amber.
Thanks, Kyla. Before we go, we want to recognize our May birthdays. So, happy birthday to Jose Lopez Sanchez on May 1st.
On May 2nd, happy birthday to Miss Best.
Happy birthday to Cameron Hampton on May 3rd.
On May 4th, happy birthday to Paige Spivey.
Happy birthday to Dalton Wesley on May 7th.
On May 9th, happy birthday to Sophie Kelly.
Happy birthday to Thomas Money, Sheldon Mann, and Kanaja Jackson on May 10th.
On May 11th, happy birthday to Tashana Swanson.
Happy birthday to Alexis Bryant and Tamisha Palmer on May 12th.
On May 14th, happy birthday to Dakota Watkins and Edwin Nettles.
Happy birthday to Kaylee Edwards on May 15th.
On May 18th, happy birthday to Madison Keener.
Happy birthday to Mikael Tony on May 19th.
On May 20th, happy birthday to LaErica Harrell.
Happy birthday to Dennis Redondo and Ashton Lewis on May 21st.
On May 22nd, happy birthday to Kaylee Messick and Thomas Slaughter.
Happy birthday to Shakia Steele on May 23rd.
On May 24th, happy birthday to Abby McManigal and Keyshawn Glanton.
Happy birthday to Davion Tony and Miss Tisha Mitchell on May 25th.
On May 26th, happy birthday to James Ball, Michael Morrow, Chase Blackman, Gage Morrow, Hunter Kendrick, and Miss Henderson.
Happy birthday to Greg McDougall on May 27th.
On May 30th, happy birthday to Marquise Randall, Destiny Rhodes, Will Money, and Miss Free.
Happy birthday to Edgar Zaragoza on May 31st. And that's all we have for today.
From the entire WLHS Action News team in Luverne,
I'm Amber Stroud.
And I'm Alexis Caldwell. Thanks for watching.
And have a great day.